Hey, my name is Haley, and in 2017 I read 24 books total. The last book I actually read this year is The Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'm glad I finished it. I mean, I'm super close to being done with the third Magnus Chase book, but I'm probably going to wait till after New Year's so I can start my 2018 right. So I made a video very similar to this last year, and I'm going to do it again. Maybe I'll do it every single year so I can see how my tastes change or stay the same in some cases. And so here are my top 5 books I read in 2017. Wow! Number 5 would have to be Magnus Chase and the Sword of Summer. This is the first Magnus Chase book, and I was personally, I was really surprised by how much I loved it. I spent a long time, okay, I'm gonna be real honest. I spent a long time thinking, oh, I'm not going to read Magnus Chase because Rick Riordan's just like making another series. He just wants money, like whatever. But then I found out not only is there a main character who's a Muslim American, but there's also a main character who is gender fluid, which, I mean, I just could not pass up on that super cool diversity. I love reading books with protagonists that I'm not used to seeing in literature, and so I had to pick it up. The first book of Magnus Chase actually does not include the gender fluid character, but I still loved it so much. I was blown away. Honestly, I just love Rick Riordan's style. He's my favorite author of all time. Number 4 is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I made a whole video screaming about this book when I finished reading it because even though I had a few issues with the novel, the fact that it made me feel so strongly is just a testament to Cassandra Clare's beautiful characters, and so, you know, it definitely still stuck with me, and I'm very excited for the third book. It was still good. I still cry thinking about one particular scene. My third favorite book of 2017 is actually Magnus Chase and the Hammer of Thor, which is the second Magnus Chase book. This is the book where the character Alex is introduced. She is gender fluid, and it was so cool to read about Alex. It was amazing. And I also love this book because I love Loki as a Norse god. He was really featured in this book prominently, so that was very cool to read. And also, his name, I think it's pronounced Hearthstone? His story arc in this book, so good. So good. I've never read about a deaf character before, and his characterization and his journey that he went on was, oh, mwah, mwah, beautiful to read about. I really recommend it. If you like reading about unique protagonists, Magnus Chase is a series for you. So good. Number 2, my second favorite book of 2017 is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. Wow, wow. This book, I mean, this book is just gonna live in my personal library of favorites for sure. This book changed the way I think about God. Reading it was just so eye-opening. I loved the message that, I think it's really called The Color Purple because they talk about how God doesn't have to be like a white man with a beard floating on a cloud. God can be the wildflowers on the side of the road. God can look like anything that you want God to look like, which I just really never thought about before reading this book. So it really opened up my spiritual mind. And I really loved, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to get into specifics, but I will say the characters in this book are so shade of gray, like nobody is black and white, and the fact that the main character can find it within herself to forgive all these other people who hurt her in her life is just so inspiring. And finally, my number 1 favorite book of 2017 is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. So this one had to top my list because this is the first Hercule Poirot, I'm gonna go with, Hercule Poirot novel that I read in my entire life, and I just gotta say I love my man Hercule. I mean, honestly, when I read it I just call him Hercules, but it's fine. I know that's not what it is. It was so good. I watched the movie, not as good as the book. The book was just so much fun to read. I loved the mystery, did not see that ending coming, and it was so fun. It was like, I would have to say that this book, I mean, I really, really like And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, but I think the difference between them is that in And Then There Were None, there's just nobody you can trust. Whereas in The Murder on the Orient Express, I can always trust my man, Hercule Poirot, because I know he is the detective and he's good. And so, like, that just made it way more fun and easier to enjoy and less anxiety-inducing because there's always that goodie. And that concludes my top 5 favorite books of 2017. And my goal next year is to read 50. So here's hoping I can reach that. If you have any tips or tricks for reading more, please let me know down below. Thank you very much.